go, Scyther!
Hi, my name's Professor Silver, and you're watching Pokemon Explained. In today's class, we'll break down the complete history of Tracey's Scyther, detailing all its battles, storylines, and character development. Tracey met Scyther and Tracey gets bugged, shortly after it lost leadership of its swarm to a younger and faster rival who eviscerated it in combat, exiled it from its swarm, and left it alone to perish. Scyther was too injured to stand upright, but its warrior pride prevented Tracey from healing its injuries and Ash from transporting it to a Pokemon Center via Pokeball. Instead of letting Pikachu fry Scyther so Ash could catch it, Tracey lulled it to sleep with Venonat's sleep powder, placed it within his Pokeball, rushed it to the Murcott Island Poke Center, and learned of its status as a defeated leader in exile. It upset Scyther to be caught without a battle, so Tracey apologized and clarified he only did so to ensure its safety. Tracey offered to make amends by training Scyther until it was strong enough to beat its rival, but he never had the chance as Scyther escaped from the center to follow the cries of its swarm who had been stolen by Team Rocket. Never wavering in its resolve, Scyther pushed beyond its physical limits, freed the swarm, blew away Smokescreen with Swords Dance, and challenged all 5 of Team Rocket's Pokemon. Ash and Pikachu wanted to help, but Tracey made them stand down so Scyther could prove to itself it was still a warrior. Before needing a break, Scyther struck Meowth, dodged an ambush, and confused Arbok with Double Team. While Scyther caught its breath, Tracey watched its back and warned it of Victreebel's Razor Leaf. Scyther lost ground to Arbok, but its selfless dedication to the swarm inspired the rival to leap to its defense. After settling their differences, the two Scythers slashed Team Rocket and let loose Jesse's ultimate nightmare. Scyther's battle with Team Rocket rekindled its self-confidence and earned it the respect of its rival, but the injuries sustained from the confrontations combined with its old age left it permanently impaired. Whenever Scyther battled for too long, it would find itself exhausted and gasping for breath. Rather than fight for its former glory and rejoin the swarm, Scyther traveled with Tracey through the Orange Islands and became his primary battler. It quickly formed a surrogate swarm with the gang's other Pokemon during a vacation in a way-off day off. Scyther initially intimidated Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Psyduck, but Togepi showed them they needn't be afraid. Shortly after Charizard fired off Flamethrower at its new friends, Scyther jumped to their defense and defended their honor by bravely squaring off against Charizard, not caring that it had a type disadvantage. Scyther followed up the confrontation by chiding Snorlax, bonding with its new swarm, and honing its attacks. Its determination while training so impressed Charizard that the Flame Pokemon gained a respect for its strength and fought along its side that same night when Team Rocket tried to kidnap their friends. During the scuffle, Scyther cut Team Rocket's ropes, woke its allies, deflected Smokescreen, took a quick break, and skull bashed Team Rocket into oblivion. Scyther and Charizard were too proud to admit they had gained each other's respect, but it was more than obvious to Ash and Tracey. Unfortunately, the two powerhouses never interacted after the episode's conclusion, so we never saw their friendship blossom into a true bromance like what happened with Bulbasaur and Squirtle. While on Ascorvia Island in Pokemon Water War, Scyther further proved its helpful nature by both blowing away Weezing's Smokescreen and by protecting citizens from a burning building's falling rubble. After the Orange Island saga concluded, Tracey chose to work as Oak's lab assistant rather than travel with Ash to Johto. Since Tracey's relocation to Pallet Town, Scyther has freed Pikachu from Team Rocket, bid farewell to Ash, Misty, and Brock, assisted Bulbasaur in keeping the peace, and protected Oak's lab from Butch and Cassidy. During Tracey's trip to Seafoam Island in Oaknapped, Scyther fought Butch's Mightyena. It withstood bite and retaliated with Slash, but Tackle and Irontail left it too exhausted to keep fighting. Even though Tracey and Scyther have mostly been forgotten by the writers, Scyther likely spends its golden years defending the lab and training for future combat. Scyther won against Meowth, James's Victreebel, Jesse's Lickitung, James's Weezing, Jesse's Arbok, and Butch's Hitmontop. It lost to a rival Scyther and Butch's Mightyena. Over the course of the series, Scyther used Tackle, Quick Attack, Cut, Skull Bash, Swords Dance, and Double Team. Because Tracey left the series so abruptly, Scyther's narrative arc feels largely unfinished. Had Tracey traveled to Johto, I have no doubt Scyther would have evolved during the saga. Evolution would have both hyped Gold and Silver and helped Scyther reach its full potential. I've long theorized that a metal coat-based evolution would have completely healed Scyther's injuries, provided it a new lease on life, and given it the energy it needed to fight for longer than 10 seconds without getting winded. Since Go recently got a Scizor of his own, I'd love to see Scyther given closure by having it assume a mentor position, much like how Ash's Bulbasaur imparted its wisdom to Maze. Scyther and Scizor are both natural leaders that pride themselves on their fierceness in battle, but only time will tell if their meeting will ever come to pass. And with that, class is adjourned. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're never late, and for extra credit, like this video and let me know your thoughts on Tracey's Scyther. Until next time, catch you later.